We are live.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. I don't think I even said that you were going to be on this.
You did it. Noreen guessed. She's like, "Hi, Liz and Jr. and Ava."
Yeah,
I hadn't said anything in the chat yet, but I think she saw that you said we'll be on soon.
that's true. That's true.
So it's like, who else is Will?
Right. It's kind of a given these days.
I know.
We're a duo at this point. Hi, everyone. How are we doing? We've got JR. JR is an OG. He's the first one in here. We've
Early to
got
bed.
Noreen. Hi, Noreen. And Mark. We got all the OGs loving this.
Mhm.
And Mary.
Mhm.
And Ava. I feel like I should have an intro like you do. Hello, Alchemists. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Liz.
Lizelle.
Lizelle. How's everyone doing tonight? How are you, Ava?
I'm good. Um, recuperating. No, just feel
Yeah.
so tired. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's funny, like, I don't know. I talked to you a tiny bit earlier today, but how has your first day of the year energy been?
Physically, I'm just tired and trying to catch up on sleep and like just catch. I don't know, just get my energy back because I've been doing so much these past couple and like working a lot and then not sleeping very well.
Yeah.
So I'm just really glad that I didn't have to. Well, I didn't have to do anything today, but I did go run some errands, and I was gone for like 4 hours. Um, yeah, but that, and also I'm just doing some other things health wise, so it's like my body's recalibrating.
That's so funny. That word specifically has gone through my head a billion times today. Re-
Recalibrate.
Recalibration. I'm like, is that my word for the year? Is that what this is? Because I said it the other day to you on a polo, and I like noticed that I said it, and I was like, is that my word? Like, because I had just watched a what do you call it? I just watched a Instagram reel of like someone being like, "What's your word? Do you do words for the year? Like, what's your word for the year?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't think I do that." But then when I said it to you the other day in a polo, I like heard myself say it, and it felt significant. And then I was just thinking that when you were saying you're recharging, I was like, recalibration. It was like in my head again.
Mm-hmm. And then I read them thoughts.
You did.
Like,
Yeah.
let me drop this word here real quick.
just to make sure she knows.
Yeah, cool. I used to
Noreen.
do a word for the year and a mantra for the year and say it every day, and it was really cool at the end of the year to see how I had stepped into the mantra that I had been saying
Mm,
every day.
that's cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
Like my very first one was I am relentlessly unapologetic about being myself and I lean into discomfort and uncertainty with courage and grace.
Wow.
Um
That's that's a little dangerous one, it seems like.
yeah, but it was, I mean, it was cool. Like I don't know, it's just cool to like I did it for 2 years in a row because of this mentoring group that I was in,
hmm
and it was just like neat to say things cuz you're supposed to make it like I don't know. Well, you know how I am with like language. I like to be very specific and
Yeah.
like make space for myself to have to grow into.
hmm
But I don't remember what the word was. I feel like it was a word in my mantra, but I don't remember. Unapologetic, maybe, but I
Yeah.
don't remember. Um, JR says abundance came to his mind for the year. Heard that.
Yes. Mary, yes, recalibration is the word for the year.
Mm-hmm.
Noreen watched a Charlie show with someone called King something. Was really cool. Was that recent? I don't know.
King.
I don't know what that one was. Mark, I've been watching Step by Step all day. Step by step.
The song came in my head too.
I don't even think I've seen the TV show. I just know. I could not tell you one thing about that. I just know the theme song for some reason.
That's funny.
Let's see. Manifest that, JR. I like that word, unapologetic. Yes, if I have some abundance, we all win. I feel that. It's a good show. I like that. Yeah, I've been kind of shocked by like how I'm feeling today. I'm like,
oh, I didn't ask you. I totally didn't ask you. I'm so rude.
no, I'll tell people anyways.
Like,
I literally have been like shocked. I like weirdly feel on top of the world right now. And I'm like, what happened? I felt like I woke up in a new timeline, literally. And it just kind of like one thing after another. I can't tell you how many connections I've gotten today. There's even one more that I didn't tell you about that happened later on today. And I was like, what in the world? Like, it just seemed like bam, 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 bam. And it's totally stuff I've been manifesting. And it was like, today is the day. Wait, what is this? I guess 11. Today is 1-1.
mm-hmm.
1-1-2-3.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because I've been saying 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, I catch 12:34 on the clock all the time.
Yeah.
Or 1:23. I'm always seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Super interesting. But yeah, I've been super shocked by how I felt. I've gotten things accomplished. I've made connections to people that are gonna like turn into bigger things. And it's all like people reaching out to me. Mary bought my journal. I told people to go buy it, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And love that. But then also I got to go and like help my husband with the house a little bit, but also I got to be child free for like 2 seconds. You know, I got to take a shower.
Nice.
It's just like, this is a good day. And it was sunny and 70 degrees. Maybe that's why I feel amazing, because I like got some vitamin D, some grounding, and I come alive in springtime. So it's like oh, is this spring? Probably not, but you know.
It was right along with the title of your show. It's the actual new year. Just like other things come alive in the springtime.
So true. I literally do. I would come out of my slumber. And
so funny.
I don't know about anyone else, but I literally get to the place where January, I like start deep cleaning. I like get rid of all my crap, the things I don't want anymore. They don't serve me anymore. Mostly in my house. Like I just have this like weird urge to clean in January and February. And then March comes and I'm a new person. And it's amazing. I missed the chat. Hold on. Look at the chat.
You look so healthy right now too.
Oh, sweet. Even better.
Like your face, you look glowy, and then also, you know, like the inflammation's going down and stuff, and you're looking more like yourself.
Yeah, I definitely am feeling a whole lot more like myself.
And oh my gosh, are those layers I see?
Yes, girl.
Oh,
yeah. I did that the other day. It's still long, but like make it choppy so it actually like the wave actually happens a whole lot easier, like the curl or whatever.
Yeah, looks pretty.
It gets like ringlets on the bottom, but where are we? Yes, slight shift in timelines. Oh, she bought my other one too. Mary's an OG. Man.
Other what? You have 2 journals?
I do.
Oh, in Etsy.
No, these are on Amazon. One's a thankfulness journal, and one's the I create my reality one.
Yes. That's the
Um,
original one, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that one.
Yes, Liz called the file cabinet one. Oh yeah, Mary agrees. She does the same thing, cleaning out.
Or Noreen.
Probably because we're stuck inside with all the stuff. Yep. I'm like,
Honestly,
get it out. I need more space.
I'm
Literally.
not even okay. Hold on, I'm about to hop in Tanya's chat and be like, I see y'all talking. Get in this chat.
Is she on too?
She's in her Telegram posting with Justin right now,
Oh,
and I'm like, y'all better come to class.
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's true. No, you're good. You're good.
um. Oh, so Derek texted me randomly a few hours ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, Happy New Year. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up? He asked how I was. And I was like, well, I'm about to start a live stream with Liz. You met her at PPN. And like, oh, that'd be so cool if we could get him to drop in the chat.
Derek, where are you?
Derek!
You should.
I'm gonna wait for him to respond. Let me check and see if he's read it yet. Because
I mean, I slightly doubt he remembers me. It was a very quick, hi, my name's this, bye. I gotta go. I gotta go chase Charlie around. That's probably the extent of our conversation. So,
why did this not show up? I posted your thing in my chat and the picture didn't show up. It's just okay. There. So I posted
okay,
there.
Mark. He's asking if the Jesus juice can benefit the jab. I think so because it cleans your blood and helps your body to regenerate. It gives it the nutrients that it needs because it's all herbs. There's nothing in it but like specific herbs that help cleanse your blood and detoxify your whole system. So I definitely think so. If it can do all this other stuff that I'm probably not allowed to say on here, I wouldn't doubt that it would be most beneficial for someone that did that to themselves. But yeah, I'm actually loving it. Like one thing I didn't even say in my other video was like I was thinking about it today that I used to have like it felt like slow digestion, and oh my god, JR.
Like what?
Sorry. Okay, back to Jesus juice. I used to have like really slow digestion. Why does that word sound so weird coming out of my mouth? Digestion. And I noticed that I don't now. Like I don't have any bloating with anything that I eat, like no matter what. And it like I feel normal for once in my life. So that's an added plus to that too.
Mm-hmm.
Has Derek responded?
Let me see. What is he talking about though? So Derek start with a D.
D-ick.
Wow. Mary
You're
said
missing an R, JR.
Oh, okay. I just saw that Noreen. Let me see. He has not yet. He hasn't read it yet either because he got the red receipts on. But I just texted him like right as we were starting the
okay.
Thing.
Well, knowing us, we'll be on here for a while, so. Mary, I can feel normal. It is possible, Mary. And Mary did get some. Mary's gonna be a guinea pig also and try out the Jesus juice.
Nice. I'm gonna do it too.
Yes.
I'm excited. It'll probably be in like I'm gonna do because I'm doing this that liver gallbladder cleanse right now and a parasite, the ivermectin parasite cleanse, like
then
yeah. So I didn't do it. I did the ivermectin one last week, and then you're only supposed to do it 3 days, I believe. And then I took a few days break, and I have these the Paragard drops, and I
Yeah.
started those too. So I'm just gonna keep doing those through.
Mhm.
And I know I'm very like intense whenever I detox. I'm like, get it off. And then so in the break, I'm doing the liver gallbladder cleanse, which last time, y'all, when I did the liver gallbladder cleanse, it was that time when I was real sick, like a month ago. And I was like, well, I already didn't eat all day because you have to fast the first day. And
Yeah.
then the next day you have to fast too, but that's when you start taking the different mixtures.
Mhm.
And I was like, I already didn't eat all day because I was literally in bed sleeping all day. So I just went straight into a liver gallbladder cleanse after having a fever, like and a bunch of stuff the day before, and just get it out. I'm already
Yeah.
detoxing.
All or nothing. I totally get that way with most things. I'm like that with detoxing also, but maybe not as intense as you are. I feel like you're like a level up. She's over here like pumping the eye stuff. I don't know.
Oh,
Deworming stuff you give to horses.
oh yeah.
She's pumping that. She's like, why do I feel so sick?
I'm like, my throat hurts and I can't stop sneezing, and I'm just so tired.
Like,
Well, you're only supposed to do a pencil eraser size, and I swear it's like, no, girl, you gonna get more. And I'm just like, okay. So the last day I did it, like this much came out on my finger,
oh my god,
like this much, and I was like, like
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
it's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was, and I was pretty. I still, if I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice, but my throat finally doesn't hurt as of like a couple of days ago. I stopped sneezing and runny nose and all that stuff several days before, but my voice is still just kind of weird, and I still feel kind of malaisey.
Yeah.
But we about to do this liver gallbladder cleanse regardless. And then once that's done, the following weekend, I'm gonna do the ivermectin again. But
Nice.
like we going into 2020.
So we don't hear from Ava for a while. It's because she's like, stuff's coming out top and bottom, most likely. Oh my gosh, Mary,
I'm trying to get light.
I have to do a parasite cleanse. Should I do it before Jesus? Just nope. You can do it at the same time. I'm doing one.
Oh, let me show you the Paragard one. Hi, Sherry.
I also have this one too. You've got options, girl. So I do the touchstone one because I do it with the heavy metal. This green one is the parasite one, and this blue one is the heavy metal detox. And it's gentle enough to use while you're pregnant and breastfeeding. And I give it to my toddler, and I'm giving it to my newborn. So gentle enough for all that, which is great, which is one reason I do like it. But I think Paragard is for adults.
It's what?
Paragard is for adults, because I was just saying mine, the ones I use.
Yeah, there we go.
I've been using it while I've been pregnant and breastfeeding and giving it to both Levi and Leo. And it seems to be working good for all of us.
And then this is the Dr. I.
Nice. I want to do that, but I'm going to for sure wait until I'm not breastfeeding to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to pass anything on to him.
Right.
Get out of him. Oh, okay, I already said that. Let's see. Sherry. Hi, Sherry. I'm a little bit afraid to see what comes out of some Harrison.
I'm going to drop the Paragard and the other thing in the chat in case anybody wants to look at them.
Yeah.
Paragard.
So, for everyone that's here, Ava and I thought we would discuss some fun things that we have looked into. I don't know how else to describe it, but current events, not current events. Might make this a ongoing thing because there's lots going on in the world, and then just lots of mysterious things too that we like to talk about also. And we're not like huge intel people, but I feel like anybody, if you just kind of open your eyes and start looking even just a layer deeper than mainstream media these days, you'll start being like, that doesn't make sense. So, Gina's here.
Hi.
So, I think we're gonna start talking about some of those things. Some fun things, like stuff that you'd see on Telegram. Fun things. Let's see. Let's see. Did you have anything that you wanted to start with?
Well, there's a lot of people leaving right now. I found it.
You mean like leaving the Earth plane?
Yes.
Leaving? Okay.
It's so funny because I'm going like straight in for the hard stuff. There's no like tap dance, and I'm like, all right, let's go. Because I was like, do I start with the Madonna thing or,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, because that topic is just, again, we touched on it last Sunday when we talked about it, how we're just like, we just want to know.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm so glad Mary was asking about the peepo who just died.
Benedict. Mr.
Yeah.
Benedict.
Oh, y'all. So I think Noreen was the one who posted a thing in our a TikTok and my Telegram chat today about the peepo. And
the peepo.
Well, it's funny because like
it's like Pope and Creepo.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying switching the letters so it doesn't like trigger anything. But It's so funny because I do say peepo like that, like for people. Gosh. Yeah. So so apparently after he passed, there's been like 216,000 cases of child what's that word? Debauchery. I don't know what word to use.
Debauchery.
Ne'er-do-wellery.
Shady games.
Yes. I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at my silliness. But yeah, gross. And I'm glad that this is like being exposed right away. Like they're not even trying to like sugarcoat it like with the queen where people were like, oh my God, aren't you sad? No, he did this. Like get it out, expose his ass. That funny that that's not funny that he passed or that it is all coming out, but the Barbara Walters thing, I don't know why it like kind of it like triggered a thought process in me because she was with The View. And like we all know that they were very like attacky on DJT and like just their agendas and stuff.
Which is even funnier because he came out, like he posted something and said like what a wonderful woman she was. And
I saw that.
I was like,
but he does that.
Interesting.
Yeah, he does that. He'll be like respectful, but it's like a backhanded compliment type thing.
But in the same way, what if he's being respectful because the real person that he knew probably back in the day when he did interviews with her was a great person and she might have been taken over and made a double of.
Yeah, that is going to go into the next topic I want to talk about though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that Who else? I was talking to someone, Debbie. She's a subscriber on both of our channels, and she said, no, she didn't. I did. I was like, do you think that, I'm like, there's a lot of people passing. I have a theory about it because I feel like it's just going to keep happening, and it's disguised by the jabs, or it's disguised by these people dying of sudden death syndrome. Like what? Then the jab. I already said the jab, but just other like dying of natural causes stuff, and it's just like what? Okay, so I have a theory that supposedly when like a big shift happens dimensionally, when we're like ascending, there's going to be way less people here, supposedly. And we are programmed to think that it's some apocalyptic event and whatnot.
Right.
And it's going to be all this like craziness. But what if this dying off that's happening right now is the process of us moving toward that smaller amount of people? What if that smaller amount of people that are left are the actual humans? And what I'm getting at is like, what if these people who are exiting right now are the Celones, the like synthetic humanoids, other non-human entities that are disguised as humans, all of these things that are like, they have to tap out because energetically they can't stay here because the frequencies raising and stuff, and it's like the clearing out is happening. And what if the people and things that are leaving are all the fake things?
That
and
makes a lot of sense.
That's my theory.
Because even like Gina said right here, like quite a lot of celebrities died. A lot.
I posted that in my a chat article in my Telegram.
And even Noreen, those NCPs.
Yes, NCPs.
Even it's a great cover. The whole illness thing is a great cover for all these people leaving, or for why they're leaving or whatever. It definitely all feels planned. That's for sure.
Gina says that Kanye is missing.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. People said that he's missing or was thrown into a mental institution.
Again, for more programming.
Yeah.
Or whatever's happening with his clone or whatever's him, whatever. Yeah. Barbara was on the Epstein list. I would not be surprised. I just posted something about Epstein, about was it the Dominican that just paid some, like settled something that had to do with the Epstein Island?
I don't know. I haven't heard that one.
I just posted that. Let me see.
Mark, yay.
Yay. Yeah. I was going to call him that, but
anybody else just like stupid saying that? I feel so dumb saying that. And I feel like that's probably on purpose.
Yay.
Yay.
Where is it?
Levi has, as Ava knows, has taken a liking to Kanye's music.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically one song he calls Focus.
Focus.
Mama, focus.
Mama.
Oh, by his trainer. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Careful with that word, Ava.
What word?
I'm not which one. That's what Mary said.
Which word?
I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, let me know so I don't say it again, because I might. Oh, also I posted on Telegram, second ABC News producer dies suddenly of undisclosed.
Of what?
the D word, of undisclosed causes amid company lawsuit challenging the requirement that all ABC employees receive the CVID vaccine.
Becky.
So this person just like time to go, right in
Yeah.
the middle of this. Also, I posted something. This is different, but there's an ex-IRS agent that was telling, basically, like, has a chart and a like schematics showing how it's a fraud. How
Oh yeah.
it's a fraud, yeah. Um, what was I looking for at first? The Epstein. Oh, is that here? It is. Okay, the Attorney General of the U.S. Virgin Islands is accusing J.P. Morgan Chase of helping uh, Jeff E. illegally exploit women and girls, according to a lawsuit filed Tuesday. The suit says the bank helped conceal E's suspicious activity. So,
Interesting.
I thought I saw more to this, like they were just like settling or something.
Huh.
But the bank, look, JPM is tied up in this, and
Yeah.
that's the chasing bank. So
Something interesting with banks this year. They did this for Christmas, and I mean, I don't know if it's just because the holidays have been on the weekend, but even in my calendar, it's saying, um, like, let's see what it is. New Year's Day substitute is what it's saying in my calendar. Like this is what's put in the calendars on iPhones, and it said even on the Monday after Christmas, Christmas substitute, and all of the banks
I did see that.
are closed tomorrow. And supposedly Basel IV has kicked off, which is what is the thing that requires, I don't know what it is exactly, but it's the thing that requires all of the banks to be gold backed.
What is it called?
Basel IV. So
Interesting.
it's been a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 is the final stage of it. And it supposedly kicked off today. They all had to be compliant with Basel IV. And if they're not, they don't get to open because their money is not gold backed.
That is craziness. Okay, people that we got the Brunson case next Friday, which is 6/1/2023. I just switched those numbers so y'all can figure that out. There's also a full moon on 6/1/2023. Cycles, and then on 1/7, the next day, that's actual Christmas on the calendar.
Yep. And I had a friend that got in touch with a person in the military stating that the Mr. Benedict leaving the Earth plane was a huge marker for things to kick off. And she was told this 3 days before he was announced to be gone. So when I saw that, I was like, what? Because I hadn't heard that from anyone before. Anyone. Anywhere. And still, no one's really talking about it that much. So I found that very, very interesting also.
It is crazy. And like I saw it on, I think, breaking headlines or something on Telegram. And I got this like intuitive hunch that I needed to share it. And I'm like, there's something really big about this. And then you and I were poloing, and you said that was like linked to like, the dominoes. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. I think, Noreen, I think that's definitely part of it for sure.
Oh, interesting. Does anyone know if the Southwest Airlines thing has anything to do with
I don't
this?
know. I do know the airlines are funded, like owned by big banks. A lot of them are,
Mm,
and government. So it could just be a whole. I mean, everything connects to everything, which is why it's all slowly falling.
mm-hmm. Oh, and did you all also hear that Crouchy?
Yeah, we're just like
I know, but these things like tie in together.
we do.
That Crouchy stepped down today finally after 140,000 years in his position.
I just heard grouchy. Man, Ava with the names.
I am the nickname queen, though. I always have been.
So funny. Crouchy. Oh my god.
Trying to keep it kosher here.
I want to call him so badly. He just kind of feels like a Lord Farquaad to me.
Oh yeah, Lord Farquaad.
That's what I want to call him so badly.
Okay, I want to talk about him. Oh, that Lee lady. Lee, you know the lawyer, Lee something.
Lee Dundas.
Dundas? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dunshman?
She guessed I was having a girl. She was wrong.
You what?
She guessed on Leo. She guessed I was having a girl. She was wrong.
Oh, okay. That's so funny.
I don't know
But you and I both reposted a clip of her going in on the airlines, basically exposing how, like, with the schmack mandate, how they were forcing pilots to do it, and then some
extreme.
and some pilots got laid off or like had to quit, or like their pensions and all that stuff
Yeah.
were getting. Okay, well, she came out and with like legislation and all this stuff that showing that they weren't even allowed to have this experimental stuff put in them, and it wasn't even FDA approved, and all of these other parameters that weren't met.
Yeah.
But they were forcing these pilots to have them, and these pilots are in charge of hundreds of lives up in the sky, basically in like a big metal weapon, you know, that it's just like, and then they're having these episodes up there that puts everybody else's life at stake. So she was this video right here where she's like reading directly and basically going in and like exposing the airlines right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and somebody was asked, or the thing above it says, is this why so many flights were canceled?
Mm-hmm.
And I did hear that one of the issues, or like this is probably cover story, is that their unclaimed baggage areas were getting so big, like taking up the baggage return things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they were canceling flights. And I was like, but that means you're losing money. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And supposedly the unclaimed baggage was because of flights that had to be canceled due to weather. But like, why would you just cancel flights because people haven't got their baggage yet?
Well, that's what's also funny, and can lean into another one here. is you know, all of the bad weather, like the frost that hit the US. Like, no, we never have weather like that, especially around Christmas in Tennessee. Like, it never snows on Christmas. It snows in January usually. And we had like in the negative temperatures, which never happens. And a lot of states in the US did. It was just like, and you know, days before there was all those airplanes that make lines in the sky, all of that. And I mean, even today, like a week ago, we had freezing temperatures. Today it was 70 degrees and sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Even that's abnormal, but it's still just like, how in the world? Like, there was no remnants of freezing at all. None.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
It was strange. We got snow too.
I wanted to read this. Full disclosure, I was a victim of the church, and there's been a settlement reached in here, New Mexico.
Ah.
So
Well, really sorry to hear that.
yeah,
Like, seriously.
it's crazy.
But yeah, this stuff, like, there's just going to be so much justice that continues to keep happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Barbara Walters not good. The View, people, blah blah blah. I'm catching up in the chat really quick.
Yeah, I missed a lot.
People,
Hi, Sarah.
yeah, Britney Spears too.
Mm-hmm.
Tila Tequila was another one who exposed the C loan centers.
Yeah, I saw something about her the other day. Even her talking about how on her show, the whatever that main show was that like got her famous, she like they like paid her extra to be bisexual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, I remember. I watched that show too.
Yeah. I think I watched a few episodes and I totally wasn't allowed to when it came out.
Right.
That's for sure.
Okay. Noreen said probably changed his name because the labels own his name,
Mm-hmm.
which makes sense because it's a brand.
Yeah.
That's fricked up. Like, can you imagine feeling owned like that?
I mean,
And, like,
yeah.
your entire, like, the work that you've put in and the entirety of like everything, and these grossies are making all this money off of it. But to an extent, there was an agreement there, you know?
Mm-hmm. So I think I've told you about this, but I kind of grown up around, I'll say around Miley Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the same, it was a tutorial. So it was like a 2-day, 3-day a week school. And I remember when she was going through the audition process for Hannah Montana.
Sorry.
Gosh, what?
I just read the chat.
Oh, it's Tim. Sorry.
Hi, Tim.
I'm here.
Yay. Come on in.
Anyways, so I remember when she was going through the audition process, and her name before she became famous was Destiny Hope. And then she got famous and did the Miley or Hannah Montana thing, and they owned her name apparently. And I feel like when she legally got her name changed to Miley Cyrus, and I feel like that was when like her signing away her whole identity, if you catch my drift, like probably when they were cloning her, all that kind of stuff. But I feel like that happens for probably a lot of celebrities. They hit this threshold and then it's like, to go further, you have to do this. We have to own you, essentially, which is the saddest thing in the world. And I mean, that's very much what record labels do. It's more so in the music industry than, well, I wouldn't say more so, but it's that version of it in the music industry versus a different version in the film industry or TV industry.
And they give them like a little taste, like they give them, that's why there's so many, if you think about one hit wonders, they give them a taste and like let this song just blow up, and then they feel this like overnight fame, even though it, like, you know, and like money and all this other stuff, but then it's like, oh, but if you want more, you have to. And then like,
Well, even with that, Billy Ray was her dad, one hit wonder, and probably didn't want to continue on.
mhm.
But then his child did.
Child pushing off there, cash cowing.
Literally, it's a sad.
Yeah.
Hi, Barbara.
Barbara.
Barbara. Hello. How are you? Oh, Tim. That's why Prince changed. That's why Prince changed.
Oh.
The publisher, the publishers and label owned the name Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Did not know that.
That makes sense. Well, what about, okay, y'all, what about Snoop Dogg, who became Snoop Lion for a little, like what?
That's true.
I think he was just high.
Probably.
Who knows? And hanging out with Martha Stewart too much.
Right.
Like they're a weird couple thing.
There's even the whole concept of the handlers.
Oh, yeah.
And they are always depicted by black and white in the sense, like the person wearing white is the handler to whoever, and usually the slave person is wearing a dark color or black.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Yep.
Hi, Sarah.
There's a whole lot of white. All I'm saying.
Who does?
Barbara Walters. Or no, not what her name is.
Stewart?
That one.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, Martha Stewart.
So I was laughing because
took the words right out of my mouth.
What?
Tim said that took the words right out of my mouth. It's probably high.
Oh.
I think that's what he's referring to.
I was laughing because JR, our class clown, was like, is Sonny Bono still alive? And he's like, his wife Cher would make me fake death too. or Cher, okay, she's a straight up vampire. Like maybe even he might be a manpire too. I could.
That's what I thought you were saying.
That voice.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No, I just didn't know that word. Like what? I never understood that from a kid. I was just like, what is this voice?
And then they're pushed on us, and they're like, they're so good, and I'm like, no, they're not.
And they're so beautiful. She's such a diva, and that diva, you're a man. You're a tranny.
Honestly, though, I was thinking about that today, how some of the most talented musicians are not famous, and some of the mediocre talent are. And I'm just like, and then they're pushed on us like they're these brilliant musicians, and I'm like, no, they're not.
I legit been thinking about that today because I've been sending you so many singing videos and like talking about singing and watching and like and I'm like I found so many amazing singers that are YouTube artists that are and they're touring like that one girl whose videos I'm watching so many of, Gina.
Yeah,
she was just in Dallas I just saw she had video tour in Dallas 2 months ago. I was like, what? But her and the other girls like tour together and stuff. And I'm like, they have these fire ass voices. And like, look at Britney Spears. Okay, I was doing Britney Spears. Like, no, the thing is, she's a performer.
Yeah,
like she can dance. She's not like this. She's a good dancer. But she can put on a show. But that voice, y'all.
Nope.
Yeah, but it's so funny that you said that because that has been going through my head too.
And then the ones that are super talented, it seems like they unalive.
Yeah. Like
and make a memorial out of them.
Yeah. But I got excited because I feel like that's a big part of the shift that's going to be happening in media and entertainment is we're going to start to see the real raw talent. And all that other BS is going to be like.
Yeah. On with what Tim just said. I heard that there's only like maybe 7 people that write all of the pop songs.
I'm not surprised at that.
5 to 7 people, and they just sell the songs. That's why they all sound the same.
Yep, that I'm not surprised at that. And does Taylor Swift really write her own music?
I'd believe that because it really does all sound the same.
Yeah,
It's very like it's nothing new. It
so
never is.
good.
But even she has, I told you this when you were here about how it's kind of interesting how she's turning people into this weird version of conspiracy theories, of
Mhm.
conspiracy people, because she's leading people on rabbit trails and rabbit holes with her music. She hides clues and hints and everything for 10 years in advance with her music. And so it's making people start to think like how we think and connect everything together, like what we were just doing. Oh,
Mhm.
this connects to this and this connects. Like she's doing that with her music, and I find it really interesting. That I just find it really interesting that it's like encouraged. You know what I mean? Like I feel like thinking that way is not what they're trying to encourage right now.
Yeah.
Tim says it's a formula that makes money. Taylor does write her songs. I believe it.
Mhm. Yeah, Mikey. Um.
Yeah. Mary, Brittany was a victim. Yeah,
Oh, 100%.
100%.
God, sad.
It is sad.
Um. Way further up though, when we were talking about C loans, Mark mentioned
The
Mark
loans.
C loans. Mark mentioned Kid Boo, and he's very interesting. Like he's one of the first people that I saw when I was diving down the rabbit hole like 2 years ago.
Hmm.
Who talks about sea loan aid in
Oh yeah, yeah,
Canada, and
yeah.
he's like the Gen 2 for the person who.
Yes, that video
And
is getting passed around a lot right now.
yeah, and it's crazy watching him talk because he's just giving this information, and it's like it's very like this, and it's like
Yeah.
there's no life
Hmm.
really there. It's so crazy.
This is one of
Um,
those things. It's like, how in the world? Like, because they keep so much technology hidden from us. Like, it's annoying to me that I can't fathom how they do this. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Like, how do they create such a realistic looking person? Or is it mostly holographic? Because we're only seeing it through media
mm.
for the most part. Like,
But you said you think you've seen.
yeah, see, I go back and forth with it all the time because Miley has come into a coffee shop that I worked at before, and she was making some serious eye contact, serious like this, like, and she would blink every once in a while, but it was just like she was just dead staring at me, and I was like, it felt like there was nothing behind her eyes, and I was like, I don't understand. Like it confused me so much.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's being nice and normal and everything, but other than the like intense eye contact,
Hmm.
it almost felt like I almost felt like because she's such a celebrity and so well known that she wouldn't be making that kind of eye contact. That's
Yeah.
I felt
I
like.
thought I thought that when you said it too, because like they probably want to avoid, because looking into eyes is very intense and like intimate.
Right.
It can be,
Mhm.
and like those people want to hide a lot of the time. They want their privacy.
Yeah.
Um, Helen said if he could turn back time, talking about Cher.
Oh my god. Get back
If
and turn back time.
she's like she has something in the back of her like.
If I could change my ways. Yeah, like yeah, open your mouth.
If he could, that's so funny. Okay, so what I was talking about with the vampire, I think her and who's the other person?
Vampire.
Who is the other person? It's another person who's has dark brown hair. Maybe
Mm.
it is just Cher. No, it's definitely not just Cher because we know there are a lot of them.
Celine.
Who?
Celine Dion.
Okay, I was kind of thinking that too. Sometimes I wonder if she's kind of a man too.
You better hear.
Yeah, she's got that kind of weird voice, and then
What if they're the same person?
their builds are very different, though,
I
right?
don't know. They look tall, skinny, and like skeleton-like to me.
And very straight. Like their the shoulder to hip ratio, and then the legs are like really thin. And this makes me think about Carrie Underwood too. Looking at her musculature,
Hmm.
um, and then her head. Have you ever noticed her head is kind of like big and
Yeah.
like
No,
alien-y shaped?
this is a thing. This is a thing in Hollywood because I have seen quite a few actors and actresses, and I have been surprised by how big their heads are.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
lot. It's a theme. It's a serious theme. And I don't know if it's just because their like head is not proportional to their body because a lot of them are like always trying to be skinny and tiny and but even the men too. It's like they always have big heads.
Mhm.
I don't understand. Like,
Yeah. And
Celine needs to eat a hamburger. Tim says.
who said that?
Tim.
Oh, wait.
Timothy.
Um, what if Loretta Lynn isn't a coal miner's daughter?
Loretta Lynn.
Didn't she just pass last year or no?
I don't know.
Maybe not. Is she dead? Oh, J Lo's a man. That's Benny from the block, okay? That ain't Jenny from the block. Because
Benny.
there's video of her schmeep schmeep flopping around when he's dancing.
Shmeep, shmeep.
And
Oh my lord.
it's another one of those people, those women that is shoved in front of us as they're so beautiful and blah 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 and like focusing on all their different body parts and all this other stuff. And I just feel like the ones whose like bodies are just always thrown in front of your face, it's more so like, look at the work we did,
Yeah, look at
you
this
know.
masterpiece. We're gonna
Um,
make every woman try to be like it, and it's absolutely impossible.
yeah. And I always wonder, like, well, okay, so um majority of Playboy, Victoria's Secret, like I was telling you.
Mhm.
Um, who else? Well,
Victoria has a secret. She's
she's a
actually
man.
Vic.
He's big.
Rick.
Rick, yeah. Um, and it's so crazy. Gal Gadot, who's like a very handsome
Mhm.
woman. You know, I always thought she was very, very beautiful,
Yeah.
but apparently she's a he too.
Man, I don't know. See, this is the thing. When I go back and forth, I'm like, I don't know how many of these, like, you could literally probably say it about most people in Hollywood, but I feel like there's got to be a mix of some real ones.
I maybe, yeah, but this was the guy whose channel I told you I found,
Mhm.
who analyzes like the bodies. So men are like three head spaces across their shoulders, their clavicles are longer, their heads, like they have bigger skulls and usually more prominent brow bones and everything, but that doesn't matter because that can be shaved down, which
Mhm.
they think it has been done with Taylor Swift's face as well.
Mhm.
And then like their noses are typically bigger, like more square jaws. Also, they're more quad dominant. So like if you see women, like especially like a very fit woman, she'll have, and she works her hamstrings are more developed. Men don't typically have that. They develop quad dominant, like at the front.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then also like the hip angle going in into the knees is wider, obviously, in women because our hips are set wider. Not every woman, but the opening of our pelvis is bigger for childbirth, and men's is like this, which puts them at like a shorter angle. So it's from their hip down to their knees, it's like a straighter line. And
Mhm.
women would go in more. Also, you can see that in the gait cycle when they're walking, their hips move a certain way. He analyzed Justin Timberlake too, and saw in his gate cycle that, remember when I was like,
Mhm.
there's speculation that he might be a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And you've seen him in person.
Yeah, he's bigger than he seems, which is weird.
I was surprised when you said that too. What if
Yeah.
that was a clone of him or something?
Could be. And then my friend who is just here. Yeah, if they have an apple, they have a banana.
Yes, I
love
love that.
My friend that lives in the same area that he does and works at this tiny little like mom and pop country store in the area that he lives in. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. She was saying that he came in and he didn't look like himself. And she was like, I almost didn't recognize him because like he was like, you know, just like looked disheveled and everything. And then I guess there was one instance where she like finally like realized who he was and he just kind of like gave her a look and was like, you know, kind of thing, and then moved on. But she said that he's come in apparently a few times and she hasn't recognized him. And I'm like, because he comes in with his mother apparently.
Who is this?
Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
So very interesting. I just found out that Candace Owens lives close to me.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Which I was shocked. I think I said that on the last live actually. I was shocked.
Gina and Helen are really funny right now.
Kickstand. Wait.
She said, "Ain't no tripod here."
I love how we went from like conspiracy to like Hollywood. Who's a man and who's a woman?
Look, that's all part of it. All this plays into what's the damn truth.
I gotta know. Okay?
I want to know. And that part, like I've said before, is so fascinating to me. And I can't wait. Who a man, who a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, like who's really here, who's a hologram, who is a synth, who is playing 18 different celebrities, and it was really one person. Oh, yeah. That was something that popped into my head today too.
Mm-hmm.
So out of nowhere, I like send Liz a voice message. I'm like, I have the most random thought, and I'm like, what if in movies? So I don't remember if it's called Bombshell. I'm about to IMDb it, but I think it was Bombshell that came out like a few years ago. Oh, yes, it is Bombshell. Okay, and it has it. I knew it was 3. I couldn't remember who it was, but it's Charlize Theron, Nicole Kidman, Margot Robbie. That's who I was trying to think of. Okay, what if these are all just C-loans of the same person, but at different ages? And what if with movies like this, where they star like in the lead roles 3 like highly attractive people or whatever, whether it's a man or a woman, or you know these heartthrob people. What if they're just presenting in front of us 3 versions of the same being?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like in that picture specifically, they're telling us that.
Yeah, I don't know why this popped into my head this morning, y'all, but this just goes to show you my mind, and I'd be sitting around and
they have like just very similar bone structure. Well,
right,
it's chin.
But you know, clones can still have this. I don't know.
Yeah,
they don't have to be exactly the same, but and then their eyes are different. And if you think about it, could be like this is version 2.0. You know, where they like upgrade or like change something.
Yeah. Tim says gender confusion is the awakening of individual thought. That's very profound.
Yeah. Somebody said something up here that
Mary said none of those are females in Bombshell.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, okay, so supposedly Charlize is, but you know what? I'm questioning everybody because I ain't trusting no one right now. Everybody's gonna go through the ringer with me. For real. I'm like,
That kind of makes me think of like there's lots of people that say this isn't a movie, this isn't this isn't a show kind of thing. It is though, because honestly, like having this perspective that it's not is being in it. That means you're in the movie and you don't know that you're in the movie.
right.
But when you have a higher perspective, you're seeing the movie and watching it play out and doing what we're doing now. Like, oh, what's going to happen next?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to guess the movie before it's over. You know what I mean? Just I thought about that today. I was like, the world is a stage and we are all players in it.
Mm-hmm.
And some of us can see just above the stage and see the action going on instead of being in the action. We can distance ourselves, I guess.
Right.
Chelsea's in the house.
Hi, Chelsea. Yes, Anne Hathaway. I was just talking about that.
You think she's a man?
Girl, yeah. And then who was it? Keira Knightley, 100%.
Oh yeah,
You can tell they like shaved down her clavicles or something, and then her jaw, and yeah, that's a dude. Madonna. So this is so I posted a video of Madonna where actually this guy is analyzing the different proportions on Madonna, and I went through a phase where I really liked her, like during her Hard Candy stage, like that and her like Ray of Light stage, I played those CDs out. But she was always, I was like, she's this like sex symbol, but she's like not that pretty, and I didn't get it. That sounds so shallow, but I didn't get it because like her face was weird to me, and her body, especially the older she got, and we talked about this, Liz, the older she got, she looked
keep going.
She just looked like withery, but like ripped as hell, but weird, and the skin looked it didn't look right. And yeah, but go ahead and say what you were going to say about
so Tim, she wants to be I was saying earlier that we were talking when she sent me that polo. I was like, what if one of the reasons that Hollywood is so obsessed with youth is because as they get older, it makes it harder and harder to keep the men women and the women men. Like, the older they get, the more manly they look, and vice versa. It's like, maybe that's why they I know there's other reasons that we can't talk about on here why they're obsessed with youth, but because the whole switching of genders is part of their religion, because it's the Baphomet, it's the being both, which is absolutely not a mock, but it's a mock version of what God intended, being fully divine feminine, fully divine masculine. It's their corrupted, twisted version, because that's all the enemy can do is twist things and change them. So, yeah, that's why they worship it. That's why inversion, exactly. Owl, star. Or wow, I said that backwards. Star owl. Yeah. And
Hi, Star Owl.
Are you new here? I have never seen you.
Yeah, you new. Tell us about yourself. Come. Come in.
My son, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, like, come on, mama, come. And he does the hand just like this.
Happy. Is it the new year?
Is it the new year?
We got new numbers.
Yeah, we got new numbers. Nothing's grown back yet, so not to me.
Yeah. A 60-year-old trying to be 20 looks like a cat.
And Tim doesn't like cats. If you guys didn't know, Tim is the leader of the home group I go to. And he has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna get the thingy. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just post that in there. Just uno momento. Copy. He has a YouTube channel. Here it is.
Helen. Well, these celebrity kids, you know how it was like, it's like a big thing for them to be adopting kids from other third world countries and stuff. Girl, trafficking. That's where they getting those kids.
Don't say that word.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me kicked off.
Sorry.
Like, bye.
Pulling all the stops. I'm like, we're gonna talk tonight. Damn it, I'm gonna say it all. Oh my god.
The Measured Voice is Tim's YouTube channel name. I put the link in there, but I don't know if it's showing up. Oh, it is. Okay.
It's there.
It's showing up as a link. Cool.
Somebody else said something up higher, and I wanted to say something about it. Oh, okay. So this was a while back. There were a couple things. I posted something in Telegram about DeSantis backing off of Disney, because you know how Disney is like their own entity, and they had their own like police service and everything for Disney World and all that crap, and they were pretty much like untouchable. And he I don't know the details, but like I guess worked to move legislation so that was taken away. But supposedly he's like backing down now and easing up on them. And somebody, I think it was Noreen, who was asking, it was like, I don't trust him. I've been wondering too, because like there was this whole like back and forth between him and I almost said Professor DJT. I don't know where Professor came from. Professor T. Where he like, I don't know, there, because you know some like the whole Flynn and Lynn Wood thing. I didn't know if that was theatrics, whatever. We'll find whatever out. But then it was like him and DeSantis, and also other people have been calling out DeSantis. I think the Timothy Holmseth guy, because he never does anything about child travesties, and yeah, like he's not. And Florida's a huge place for that. And then look at Disney, where he's like backing off, and that's a huge mecca for it.
Yeah.
I'm just making that connection.
He was a little too praised for me.
Right? I'm wondering if this is like some exposure for him by him, like, but that being put out there. I knew I needed to share that. Okay. I just like, I don't usually share a whole lot of intel stuff in my Telegram chat, but lately I've been like, this needs to be put out here. Well, I've been sharing stuff on Twitter and Truth.
So much is pouring out right now. It's like, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Mary's saying compare.
Good night, Gina.
Good night, Gina. Thank you. Mary's saying compare DeSantis picks. Which that doesn't shock me.
Yeah. I had a friend that met Mr. B, and he posted a picture on Instagram, and I was like, who is that?
Oh, yeah.
I showed you that, yeah.
For real. It's funny.
Literally. I was like, who is that?
I'm hoping the med bed's like, who is that? Oh, like you want to get in the med bed and come out, and they're like, who dat? Oh. Who is she? You don't know who she is.
I'm about to say something. I stopped myself.
What?
I stopped myself from saying something.
What?
Nothing. Keep it to myself. I think all the infighting is part of the movie and confuses me. Well, a lot of the infighting is not actually fighting. It's just made up stories. It's like propaganda. A lot of it is green screen. Yeah.
JR explaining.
What? JR explaining. He decodes him.
Yeah, Helen, you are so funny. Um,
Order
there
by
was something else. Oh, I wanted to talk about Elonius Musk.
Elonius.
Um,
Mr. Musk.
Musk. Um,
Musky man.
yeah,
The Three Musketeers.
right. Which we know he's not him.
Yeah, I literally that video of him at some game, or was it a picture?
Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't the game. It was literally like the World Cup.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a
um,
game.
yeah, I know, but I was just like, it's some random game. It's the World Cup.
Pee wee football or
Tim, are the Real Housewives really housewives? Gotta question everything.
valid question. I like that actually. Okay,
Back
maybe.
to back to Mr. Musk. Anyways, I saw a picture of him at the World Cup, and you can literally see a definitive line right here, like
Oh
different
god.
colors and everything. It is weird. I was like, I've never seen like pictures of him with, exposing a mask, but definitely looked like it. What are you doing?
Mm.
What's wrong?
And that is very interesting to me. And it's going to go into. So, well, before I go, I have to branch off onto the reality show thing because somebody just said it. Remember when I was talking to you and I was like, what if reality shows, it's really not even any people that are real people. It's all like synthetics or holograms. Except, some people, I do know one girl who was actually in Bad Girls Club. Hi, Leo. Oh,
Don't want to be
look at that hair coming.
What's wrong?
Wow.
Literally, yeah. Oh no. He literally goes, Mom. What's the matter?
It is crazy how he sounds like he's talking already. He was doing that when I was there.
Hold on. You okay? What's the matter? He it's like he's dreaming. He woke up and was like, I'm sad. Baby. Anyway, continue. The reality TV thing.
Yeah. What if, because they put them all in a house. What if, okay, there's two different things. It's like a bunch of synthetic humanoid beings that are just like playing house, to create a show for people to, and they don't have to pay them. So they can make all this money, but you don't have to pay a C loan or a synth.
That's
just
true.
whoever's in charge of them or owns
And
them
they'll do whatever.
and they'll do whatever, no shame, no
Kardashian.
regret, no whatever, and they'll create dramatic situations and blah 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 blah, and then create this hype over, oh, did you see this episode? So what if that, and we're really, or I don't watch reality shows, but not anymore, but what if that's what people are really watching is like humanoids, and then that, and then we were also
that, and we become the reality TV show. The world is merely a stage.
this what Tim wrote?
Yeah, the satellites. It makes me think of cameras. It makes me think of like the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, that's already a thing.
Well, yeah, and even the like the Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I think of with those satellites that I hear that he's placing.
This makes me feel like it's just them exposing what's already up there.
Right. Like I'm sure it's already there for sure. Like it's probably been there for decades at this point.
Do you know, Tim, do you know when that's supposed to happen? Because now I'm thinking about this too. And with the quantum system, that supposedly plays into like the new internet and like telecom stuff, which I don't know if it'll still be called telecom if it's a different technology.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but to me, that also kind of feels like some exposure for what's already been up there because we're already hardcore surveilled.
Right.
But yeah. Oh, and then the other thing about theory of on reality shows is if it is actual real people, which, like I said, I do know one girl who was on Bad Girls Club. You know that guy who was on The Bachelor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, they and
The guy that was on The Bachelor, that was my old youth pastor.
yeah, that's crazy. And they straight up told him to go in there and create drama, which
Yeah, he
you
did.
know,
And he was
yeah,
happy to do it.
yeah, okay. We don't see what happens. Like they just compile all this stuff and edit it and chop and screw it to give us the show. What
Mm-hmm.
about all of what we're not seeing, like MK ultraing these people to do whatever?
Yeah.
Like, what if that's? I highly believe that that happens too.
Yep.
Yep, yep. Truman
Yep.
Show.
Or even this
Um,
one. Yep.
so that was my little side branch on reality television and some of the thoughts that I've had.
I love how much we're jumping around. We're like, ding, ding, ding. Where
I
are we?
know
Oh, come back over here.
it links though, and it's like this is stuff that people be wondering about.
It's true. I mean,
Uh,
it literally is all because it's all part of our matrixy world.
yeah, and then with Elonius, I posted today in my Telegram. So he posted on Twitter, we're now confident, and this is why I like do not understand him, but I think that's the point of him.
Mm-hmm.
We are now confident that the Neuralink device is ready for humans, so timing is a function of working through the FDA approval process.
Ooh.
And then there's some snippets from magazines. One of them is El País, which is this that means the country in Spanish, right? Well, I'm asking you like you know. I believe país means country. Anyway, in the science and tech section, it says Elon Musk Neuralink confident first chip will be implanted in a human brain in 2023. The Twitter owner said, pending FDA approval, a procedure to insert a semiconductor allowing the brain to connect to a computer via Bluetooth could be tested in 6 months. I find that also to be an interesting number, 6 months.
Yeah.
And then the other one is from IGN. I don't know what that is, but Elon Musk wants to begin putting chips in human brains within the next 6 months. This is very interesting. So, y'all, when I was moving back from Florida, I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast where he's interviewing Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so wild to me about how for sure he was about this and how it's like so great. And we need to keep up with AI and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And the things that he's talking about Neuralink, I was like, oh crap. Because there's this show called on Netflix.
Westworld?
No, but that is very like relevant too. I'm gonna have to think of it, but it is the exact thing of Neuralink. So and I had come across this show like a month or so before and was watching it, and then I watched hear this, and I'm like, this is exactly in the show. So basically, your consciousness is on like a hard drive or something, and or you can have it downloaded into a hard drive and then insert it back here. And the very elite people are able to buy. So the meat suits are called sleeves,
Yeah.
and the very elite people can buy the best sleeves, and they
Mhm.
can buy like younger versions of themselves and blah 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 blah. So if something breaks down or whatever, they have all these replacements. And
Mhm.
what you do is you just take the thing. You have to back it up every now and then because you have new memories and new experiences. So you have to back it up. And like when they're being backed up, they're just like this, and it's like backing up. And if anybody messes with you during that time, your memories are lost because you're not fully backed up. Anyway, you just take that consciousness and put it in a new sleeve. And essentially that's what Neuralink is like.
Wow.
What is the name of that show?
I feel like I've heard of this or seen this. I don't know if I've actually watched it, I've heard the advertisements for it and everything. The Matrix. Yeah, it's very similar to the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
That's what.
Um,
But the Matrix is almost opposite. Like the world is the synthetic download
yeah,
that they're in.
the
Yeah,
holographic
yeah,
realm.
and they wake up from it, I guess. Black Mirror,
No,
Altered Carbon.
yes, that's it. Altered carbon, which makes sense because if we're carbon-based beings. Thank you, Star Owl. Um, and they're like these synthetic,
Yeah,
sea loaned things.
yeah,
It's so crazy. Thank you for that. I that it slips my mind so much, but it's just a very interesting show, and I was watching it like what? But Westworld. If you're on my Telegram chat, I follow this one channel, and they did this huge drop of like all of these type of movies that have so much disclosure, and I have all the Westworld, so I can drop that in my chat if y'all want to watch it.
yeah.
I have so many like documents and like old Masonic documents and all this other because when I was digging, y'all, when I first like was down doing all the rabbit hole stuff, I was just like saving everything, and I have like
Mhm.
all of this craziness like here. So
Wow. It's a
I've
good
got,
idea.
huh?
It's a good idea to save it all and then
Mhm.
even put it on a hard drive, like back it up.
I know I need to do that. But yeah, I don't know what channels. There was something called, I think it was like 3 Days of Darkness or something is what the channel was called, and they just dropped like all type of like Mamu Mamadi exposure. I'm trying not to say a bunch of stuff,
Yeah,
and
girl.
like tree masons.
Oh my gosh.
Mamu Mamadi.
Mama.
By the way, tree masonry is the cover for Luciferianism.
Right.
If anybody on here doesn't know that, which I'm sure a lot of you all do, but
Yeah.
back to what we were when Liz was talking about them worshiping the Baphomet and everything. I know, right? It's so funny.
We're just like New Year, let it all out.
What the hell? Let's just
What we think about on the daily, guys. We're not all peace and love, kumbaya.
I mean, somebody got to talk about it.
Oh, we're getting lots of love about this. I'm glad you guys like it.
Yeah.
We'll keep going. We literally just thought beforehand, we're like, we should do this a weekly thing. We should make this a Sunday night chat of like things going on and fun stuff like this. Cause
recapping the news for the week or
yeah. Where are we? I'm like, where are we in this chat? The chat is popping tonight. I love it.
Ooh, y'all, please remember to like the video. What we talking about, Nick and Alpha?
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Norma. Ava, drop your telegram in there for everyone.
Oh yeah, okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mary. Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, weekly chat conversation is 100% needed. Is what Sarah just said. Is he showing me?
So I have a Telegram, and then there's also a chat. Like, I don't understand how this works. I created the chat so that people could actually post and comment and stuff in it. But now that I created the chat, people can post and comment in my original.
I love that. But we should call it that Sunday Night Raw.
Yes! Yes, I love that. Sunday Night Raw. Yay! All right, you win, Tim.
You win.
Don't know what you win, but you won. Winner.
God. Hey, you can be on the show one day.
Yeah. Ooh.
We should get Chad on here too.
Who?
Chad,
Oh,
Chad is all about
Chad.
this stuff.
Yeah, he was saying some things, and it was so funny because like he dropped realness in like his message, and I could tell he looked at me to see like because I was the new person in the room to see if like is she gonna, and I'm like,
Feeling you out, you're like, yeah.
I'm all, no, that's right. Yeah.
I know that's right.
I'm all, well.
And a lot of other people in the back.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes, this is gonna be fun. You're so right, Mary. Woo woo. What are you looking at?
I'm reading the chat finally because I forgot I was looking at something else. Hi Norma.
Tim, I'll send my address. He wants some royalties. Well, neither one of us are monetized as of today.
Yes.
So,
but girl, this a fake new year right now. We about to be monetized this year.
There you go. We're working on it any way we possibly can.
We're taking matters into our own hands.
We're all here trying to beat the system. No, work smarter, not harder.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Sister wives.
Oh, you're going way back up there.
I know. I haven't been looking for a while.
Oh, but we accept donations. Sure do. We trade into our conversation.
Yeah. Did you put your your donation links in? I think her in the description box, right?
What, my donation?
Your donation links?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. There's a buy me a coffee thing in there, like towards the bottom part.
But what about your like payment one?
Do you hear this kid farting?
Oh no!
It's like farting twice. What is this about, sir?
Oh, the Grizzlies. I forgot about that.
Thanks anytime on Instagram both days. Okay, everyone, find one perks each have them subscribe to both Liz and Ava. That would get them maybe 30 more followers. Drop your store link. My store link is in the description box. What is wrong? Hold on, BRB.
Okay. Crisley, was that the guy? I'm asking you, but I'm meaning to. I'll ask. Whatever. Y'all can hear me in the chat. Like I forgot how this worked for a second. The Grizzlies, is that the one where the dad is like effeminate and kind of like blondie or like dirty blonde or something? That is it?
Yes.
Okay.
He sounds like a very gay Southern man.
Yes. I was like, what is this show? I've never watched it. I've seen commercials for it and I'm like, I don't get it. He's married, right?
Yeah, he's married and has kids, and he lives actually right over by where the coffee shop I used to work in, where Miley used to come in. And they actually filmed in that coffee shop one day.
Oh wow!
I didn't actually see him. It was just the grandma or something. It wasn't him, but
the coffee shop by the Frothy Monkey when we went the first time.
No, you didn't go to this coffee shop. I should have taken you there, but.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. It's not like we really got out that much.
I know, right? Why didn't you take me places, Liz?
Sorry, I was trying to heal and take care of two children.
That was really selfish of you. Oh man.
Oh my God. Yeah, lots of stuff happened at that coffee shop because it was right on the edge of like where all the celebrities live.
Okay. Was that also in Franklin though?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's technically 5 minutes from my mom's house, but
Oh.
it's just further away from the square.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in a little I don't even know what you want to call it. Like, it's in this neighborhood called West Haven, and it's literally like they have their own everything in that neighborhood. They have a Kroger, they have banks, they have restaurants, they have like a pond, a lake where you can like paddleboard and fish, and like it's just like a haven.
Yeah.
Like in a neighborhood, and it's super expensive and really ritzy houses, but very like still like Stepford Wife-esque.
Mm-hmm.
And then just past there is Leaper's Fork, where all the celebrities live.
Hmm. Interesting. How close is that to Brentwood?
About 30 minutes. It's further away. It's going the opposite direction.
Oh, okay.
Sarah, I meant to say monetized by the RV. Let's hope that happens in the next few months.
How about next
How about
week?
Christmas on the real calendar, which is the 7th?
Next few dias.
Let it be. Let it be.
Yeah, for real.
Let me sing it one more time. And it shall be. I'll change it to it shall be.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Where are we? What does this mean? This is like Kevin Bacon.
6 degrees. Is that what she means?
I don't know. What
like
does that
6
mean?
degrees from 7 bacon. 7 bacon. Kevin Bacon.
What does that mean though?
Because like everybody is like sick in like within 6 degrees of knowing Kevin Bacon or something like that.
That's funny.
I never understood that, but wow, if that's what she meant, big brain. I can't believe I made that connection.
Big brain.
Big brain.
Oh my gosh. If he isn't, he missed a good opportunity. I missed where that was. Oh, Helen, what about the ATT building where the boom boom happened? So that's what we call the Batman building. If you were from Nashville,
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen that building? I don't know if we didn't pass it when you drove here.
I just remembered the story though.
Yeah, it literally looks like Batman, so we call it the Batman building. But that is where all kinds of data was stored that they were trying to get rid of. Here, I'll show you. It is funny that it's shaped like that. Like, I don't understand why. You see?
Oh, yes, I have seen that. Where is that? What city is it in? Yes. Okay. Whenever I've driven through it, like when I was driving from PA to Texas.
That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Weird.
Yeah. It's just like looming over the city.
So Helen's starting a new radio show soon.
A radio show?
Mm-hmm.
Video killed the radio star. I was like, what is that song? I'm singing it. I can't think of the words. Oh, goodness. Helen, showing my age with the Kevin Bacon reference. I know who he is. I'm very aware of him. Very aware, but I'm aware of him. I'm guessing this is talking about the RV. Yes, next week will be great. Manifesting. And so it is. Dun, dun, dun. And so it is. And so it is. All the friends say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know everyone. Yep, you got it. Well, Mary's confirming that that was what the what Helen was talking about.
Okay, cool.
It's just because I live in a city town where a lot of creative people come from, and yeah. Um, oh, this is interesting. Chrissy borrowed money to develop a subdivision that didn't go well, and then he hid his assets so he could declare bankruptcy. Wow. Interesting. I did not know that at all.
So was he a real estate guy? Is that what this like? Why did they have a show? Is what I don't understand.
I don't know either.
Um.
Liz knows no strangers. That's true. Friends are everywhere.
Ooh, yeah. Write it down. Okay. Mary says she's writing down that we're both gonna get manifested. Manifested.
Get manifest.
We're both gonna get monetized.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. That is the building that got zapped. It is. Or right by it, I believe. I don't think it was that specific building. Yes, it was a while ago. The horns. I know, it looks so crazy. Yeah. Tim knows. Tim lives close by there. Closer than I do, I'd say. It was a drone struck. Some people say a drone, some people say the rods of God situation.
Are we talking about when that van was blown up in front of it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I thought it was like, maybe raw to God.
Well, even the weirder thing about it was that like there was some voice on the speakerphone saying that something was going to happen and warning people to get out of the way, and it sounded like a Hillary Clinton voice, and it was weird because it was warning people, and no one got hurt. Super strange.
Yeah. Mary's gonna get us both manifested.
Yes, get us both manifested. Love it. Me too, Mary. Need a new car, Helen says. Just put it on your list, Mary. Yeah. Yep. They used energy weapons. Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. It was super weird, and most people don't remember it. Yeah, I actually kind of forgot that happened, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
That was super weird. It just it was so out of nowhere, but I think it was on New Year's Day, wasn't it? I think it was.
Oh, maybe.
Interesting. Star Owl says Chicago building energy portal.
Which Chicago building?
Yeah, which one?
I wouldn't be surprised at that either. There was something else I wanted to talk about too.
Oh, JR says he was a real estate. This is Chrisley. He was a real estate guy. I used to watch the show Tax Fraud. I have a feeling he was a part of a deep state, sold his kids out. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And then that band didn't go boom. There are vape trails caught by the street cameras. Interesting. I totally forgot about that whole thing.
Oh, whoa. Okay, I think I just made a connection. All right, I gotta go back up. Earlier this week, I shared a headline that says a conversation with Hashim Al Ghali of Ectolife. And it's basically you can grow your own baby.
Oh yeah, that thing. Oh my god.
You saw that?
That's been passed around like crazy, that video.
Yeah.
so Matrix like the movie Matrix.
It's like
Like
pod babies.
literally, you could so easily like never let them out, like the
Ew.
Matrix,
Yeah.
and then harvest their energy, like the Matrix. Is
Yeah.
getting a little too close.
Yeah. And so I feel like this, let me agree. I think that this is also exposure of synthetic humanoids and the prevalence.
Oh yeah,
It's just this is it like leaking it out into the public, you know?
yeah. Like they've been doing it. Like
Yeah.
they've had it. This is how they create the clones and whatnot. I mean, there's even that. It's funny because Charlie talks about it a lot. And I totally like the video was meant to be satire, but at the same time, anything that's satire from Hollywood is true because that's part of their religion. But it's like where they're talking about on the news the newest Disney Channel star clone, like how they coming from the Disney factory where they make all their child stars,
Oh, yes, I watched that.
and they all look. It's so interesting because Charlie talks about it all the time, and I'm like, does he know that that's satire? But at the same time, I'm like, well, everything that they put out is true that they because they have to do that. It like cancels out their bad karma or whatever is if they tell people what they're doing. Um, and I was like, that's super interesting because if you look at because I used to watch a lot of Disney Channel. If you look at the specifically the females supposedly that are there, like they all look the exact same with just different skin tones, pretty much. Like their body shape is the same and they have similar features and all that. And then, they grow up and be huge stars afterwards. But,
Um, who, who, for example, looks the same to
well,
you?
like younger, like Zendaya,
She was one in my head. Okay, who does she look like to you?
Miley, but different skin colors.
Whoa.
And even
Selena?
Selena, they're all like these long, skinny string bean girls.
Yes. And yeah, I think Zendaya might be a boy too. Her
Yeah.
body to me is
But yeah, they all like they always say the Disney look. And it's funny because I auditioned for a Disney show when I was younger and I was this close to being in it. And I ended up not being because they wanted me to go through these really expensive acting classes or something. And I was like, can't do that. We're literally poor. So guess I'm not doing that. And it was for a show that didn't actually last that long, like a spinoff of That's So Raven. And it was interesting that I even got picked because I didn't look like that at all, like at all. I've never been a tall, skinny string being in my life. And, it's just like I don't know if they could have morphed me into something else. I have no idea, but the Disney look, I was always told that the Disney look was they have a certain look that they go for. And I'm like, do they go for that or do they create that? I don't know.
I was gonna say they could have just liked you and your energy, taken you, put you down in the sea loaning center, and created a new one of you.
Because I've always been told I have a Disney face, but not so much my body.
If they would have created what they wanted.
Yeah.
And just harvested your life force.
Yep.
Happy New Year.
Dodge that bullet.
Right.
Matrix that.
Right. So crazy. Somebody said something in here that I wanted to say something about.
Yep. Well, you're right, Mary. Nothing cancels your bad karma. Nope.
I think it's more so them trying to get around the free will thing. Because, like, that's how they infringe on people's free will because
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen that movie. I know what movie you're talking about though.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh yeah. Ariana Grande is another Disney machine, but she was
She's
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon. That's she. I was
They're
gonna say her. That's why when we were talking, I stopped for a second because I was gonna say her, but then
the same beast.
yeah,
Um.
I think she's a boy.
Oh, probably.
Her body is. It was always so weird to me how they would grow up and they still have these little kid bodies.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't morph too. It's morphin' time.
Orphan time.
Oh, this is something that Noreen asked. She said, "So you guys believe in resets?"
That's what it was.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Wasn't the last one around like 1902, 1903, which is why stuff gets all spotty in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when all the kids were working in factories, and they literally the World's Fairs were these re-education things. Like they weren't museums and they weren't just everybody showcasing their stuff. It was like, come here because we're going to tell you what our history is. Come
Right.
here, quick. Let us indoctrinate you, or like
Right.
and and there were ventilator babies in there, and like you could buy. Whoa, that's that Ecto Life. Was that the original Ecto Life?
Maybe that's when it started.
Whoa, because there's pictures, y'all, of baby, like rows of babies, and like these people could just go in it, excuse me, and get them, and
Mm.
that's why, like, and the parent, I don't know, like that. It's just weird. And then
Noreen
the
says
orphan
yes.
children,
Yeah, Ava.
huh?
They're all agreeing. Or Mary and
No,
Noreen are.
we gonna put this together, y'all. We gonna find this truth because we don't have time for it anymore. Not the games.
Yep.
Um,
Just throw this one in there. Mary, are you still you, Liz? I think so. I can definitely say I birthed two humans. I
right.
don't know if sea loans can do that.
Yeah, you still have creator abilities.
Oh,
Uh,
interesting. 1910 was when the creatures from Jekyll Island happened.
Interesting.
That book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Tim. I actually saw that book at your house.
Well, he read it like I think it was this time last year, and he talked about it. Um, I've yet to read it, but I've heard so many people talk about it that I kind of get a gist of what it's about. Oh yeah, there it is, Barbara.
Yes, the incubator babies. I said ventilator. I knew that was the wrong word. Incubator babies. Thank you, Barbara. Um, and I feel so.
It
Didn't
is. It's working.
it is gonna be working for a while too. She won like a football team of family. God.
Not a football team, just like maybe two or three more. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, he's side note, sidetrack. They always say that you have usually your first baby is your angel baby. And it's like kind of tricks you into having more kids. I didn't get that. I got the crazy one first. And I feel like it was like God being like, you want more kids, right? It's kind of like we already were set on having a bunch of kids. And then I got a crazy one first and it was like, nothing is going to be hard after this. And now this one, complete angel baby, the trick baby. And I definitely want more kids after him. He's a little angel. Anyways, sidetrack. Continue.
So funny. Um, oh, I think I said this to you like one day when I was running and I stopped and I was like, I just had an epiphany. So I think that museums what was the other place? Museums. I don't know if I said libraries. I don't think, but museums for sure are like the modern day version of World's Fairs
Yeah.
because they've curated all this stuff together. They pieced together some chicken bones and told us it's a dinosaur. And there's even, okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to bing, say something about that after. All of these other things about this war was won here and this person did this thing and created this and invented that. Y'all, those are literally come pay us and we'll
Mhm.
indoctrinate you on some stuff.
Yep.
Literally what a museum is. And that's the modern day World's Fair.
Interesting.
Yeah. I stopped running and I was like, that's what it is.
Oh my God, man.
um and what I was going to say about the dinosaur. So when I was in Florida, I listened to a lot of Audible, and you can get like the free Audible original ones, stories. There, and some of them are like these acted out play things,
Hmm.
and there was this one, and I always loved dinosaurs growing up, and now I understand that I was just drinking the juice. But there was one called like Bone Wars or something, and it was really funny, but it was telling the story of these two men that were like racing to discover the most dinosaur bones to the point where they were like, I think they got in like a gun duel and stuff like that, and it was like really serious. But also in a race to find the most, they were piecing together other animal bones and creating dinosaurs.
Hmm.
And like, I don't know if one or both of them got found out for that, but y'all, that thing, I was sitting there being entertained and laughing,
Hmm.
and they were actually telling the truth.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah. So
it's crazy.
it's so fun to like look back on stuff that experiences or memories from life, and it's like, oh my God, and like piecing everything together.
Yeah, seriously.
It's fun.
So, do you know anything about? Okay, first of all, I just have to. Yes, twins. That's been talked about for a while,
I feel like I would
especially
have
my husband. What?
I feel like I would have twins. We have a lot of twins in our family.
Yeah, my husband has a lot of twins in his family too. Um, Johnny's like, we'll just get it done quicker. I'm like, yes, but
But no.
I have to push two of them out. Anyways, this is funny. That'll grow the ministry, us having 5 kids.
Oh.
Okay, so do you know anything about this? She said Tara by Janine posted a video about Cabbage Patch babies. It was super weird.
I saw somebody say something about Cabbage Patch, and I was going to talk about that.
Yeah, they've been talking about it, and someone explained it. Who was it? I have to go back up. Helen said around the time that they were showing babies at the World Fairs, they were showing pictures. Oh, sorry. What is it? He doesn't want us talking about this. They were showing pictures of babies in Cabbage Patch fields as if they grew there. Interesting.
Hmm. There's old literature like occultic books
Oh yeah.
that show, and I just watched this on a video. I wish I could. Wait, did you send that to me?
What?
No, somebody posted. I think Noreen posted that in my TikTok or in my Telegram. There's old occultic books and stuff that show these little beings that have plant heads,
Mm.
and they always had there was always like a dog around them for some
Mm-hmm.
reason, or like a dog like being. And I don't know if they were small, but there were some type of humanoid type species that had plant heads, and then that's where Cabbage Patch Kids came from, like the toys.
Interesting. The video I saw showed a ton of postcards from that time with the babies cooking out of cabbage patches or from rivers, like there was an overabundance. People had to adopt them.
Interesting.
How weird. Let's see.
Overabundance of children.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly the orphan trains, like if this is still in regards to the reset or um the last one, was because like the adults, am I saying this right? Something about like a lot of the adults passed in that, and then also the incubator babies.
That's what I was told as a kid.
What about the Cabbage Patch?
Like there was so many, yeah. That you had to be like there was too many.
Isn't there a saying or something like that? Now that he says that, I feel like I've heard that from my aunts or uncles or something. A lot, like when I was really young in elementary school.
Interesting.
Like not this saying like kids grow like weeds or whatever, because that has to do with
Oh,
the
right. Yeah, yeah.
but it was something along those lines. Like
You're growing like a weed. I always heard you're growing like a weed.
yeah, like I've heard that, but it was a, I'm just using that as an example, but it was like some say quote or something that was sounded similar to that, meant like there was like a bunch of kids.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hi, Cheryl.
But that's why there are all those kids in factories, working in factories, because there were so many kids, and they were getting re-educated about what our history really is, because that reset just happened. That's why all of these old buildings, not all of them, but they say founded. They don't say built. They say founded because they're reclaimed buildings
Yeah.
from the civilization before.
Mm-hmm.
That's Helen. I think that's what I was trying to get at, but I didn't know if I was remembering correctly. But I do feel like the like children were saved to an extent or something, and then there were also the incubator babies.
Interesting.
Which again, why there's all those pictures of dirty kids in factories.
Oh, this is interesting. In the video, there were people who were called their grandparents saying they came from the Apache.
Interesting. Maybe that's kind of what the saying or something was. Cabbage Patch. Now I want to know why people were saying that. Did they grow the kids in the ground?
In a journey to truth, the Navy whistleblower cleared out tunnels and their facilities clear.
Wow.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, real, y'all.
I love this. Y'all keep bringing with
already
our
at 2
powers
hours.
combined.
I literally just looked at the timer and it was 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 22 seconds.
Oh, awesome.
222.
That's an 8.
Let's see. Wait, where are we? Why are there so many orphans? What happened to the parents? Yeah, exactly. They tell us that there were so many orphans because it's too taboo to have kids from a previous relationship. Yeah, right.
Oh.
I think parents were set off. Interesting, Norma. I think parents were sent off planet as slaves.
Whoa, maybe. I mean, because that is a big thing with like the super soldiers and the off-planet slave trade.
Can I just say that Mars is enslaved? Or it has been.
Is enslaved?
It has been. I don't know if it currently is, but I've seen it.
What do you mean by that?
When I have seen it, I shall say it's frozen in time, essentially. And the people on there, or the beings on there, are in shackles.
Wow. Is that where the baddies get sent?
I don't know. I don't know who it. The vibe I got from it was that it was almost like a Prince of Egypt. You know the movie Prince of Egypt? It was like the Israelite or the Hebrews, like enslaved. Like someone came in and enslaved them. And then they were like frozen in that time for some reason.
Wow.
Because the planet is supposed to be purple. This is really off the thing, but this is yeah.
I have heard that it's not actually red. The red planet. Um.
Where am I?
Oh, Mark, dinosaurs are real, but dragons are fake. Doesn't resonate with me. Yeah. So, like you were saying, Liz, like I totally believe that some of the dinosaurs are actually dragons.
I started that one so that I could go back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that dinosaurs are not real and dragons are. And it's just one of those things like they just like twisted and corrupted it. And I'm not really sure why. Like that's a piece of the puzzle that's missing for me.
About dragons.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
just like,
gonna,
were we like so connected to them or was it like, I don't know why I just had the thought that like we could become them, like shapeshift. Or I don't know. Who knows? What is it? What is I don't know. That's just what popped in my head right now.
I kind of lean towards what you just said. Like I feel like that could be a thing. Like
I
being
sure hope not.
what shape shifting?
No,
Oh,
what was down there? Just good.
um, but do we think that YouTube is now like white hatty?
Um,
Because there's some bigger platforms that talk about a lot of stuff
yeah.
now, and I don't feel like are people getting as many strikes and like kicked off and stuff like they were before.
I haven't heard about it, but at the same time, a lot of the people that were are now just on Rumble. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I also don't follow a lot of the people that.
That's true. Yeah. I don't either.
Um,
Oh, that's interesting. Normal. All the super people have come back, all worked on Mars.
yeah, like the 20 and back. They go to like Mars a lot of the time, and like Jupiter moons or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I've seen that. Mars Needs Moms. That movie. It's a kids movie.
I've heard the name, but I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
So many weird, fun things.
I feel like we should compile a list of all the like. They showed us movies.
No, for real. Yeah. I mean, I was just telling you about that Frozen movie, the Disney Frozen movie.
Oh yeah. Oh, I need to watch that.
You need
Yeah.
to watch it. It's so good. The second one specifically, the first one, meh. But the second one, yes. It talks about generational curses, like breaking generational curses over land and
Wow.
the elementals. And like she is one of the fifth elemental. Like she's the bridge between heaven and earth, like the veil. It's like, what? Like this is a kids movie? I freaking love this.
Oh,
It calls out to her literally to become who she is. I'm just like, hell yes. Like, oh my gosh. Leela, you can watch this all day long.
and isn't there a troll in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Trolls.
giant trolls. They're not
They're
trolls.
not the little babies.
Well, they call them giants, but they don't even, but you know, they could be trolls.
Yeah.
They're sleeping rocks,
Mm-hmm.
like mountains.
Yeah, I think trolls are titans. 'Cause titans are bigger than giants.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. In this movie, they're big and the big, mean rock people.
And in Lord of the Rings, when they're climbing the mountain, I think there's a part where the mountains like are fighting each other or something. They're like throwing rocks at each other.
That's what they're doing in this one.
I just remembered that.
Interesting. Interesting. Totally believe planets are bigger than what we're shown. Yeah. I think our whole view of the galaxy and the universe is just skewed. I always hated it. So, like in my charismatic Christian church that I grew up in, they would always show us this, like, not always, but I saw it multiple times. This like presentation of like how essentially small the earth is. And, kind of like just explaining how big God is, kind of, that whole religious stuff. And like how they would zoom out and zoom out and zoom out, and you couldn't see the earth anymore because it was literally the size of like a pin point. And I always hated it. Everybody loved it and thought it was the coolest thing ever. They're like, oh yeah, God's so big. And I'm like, we're so tiny and insignificant. I don't believe it.
Right.
I don't believe it. I hate this. Stop showing me this. Like, I was so mad and they would show it around Christmas time too, a lot of the times. And I was just like, why are we getting indoctrinated into believing that we're absolutely nothing? I don't understand. It was one of those things. Oh, that's interesting. Norma thinks the planets are holograms.
I've heard that too. And then I'm still trying to figure that out, what it is, what they are, because if you see the Nos Confunden map where it has like all of like the lands beyond the lands beyond the lands, like the ice. Huh?
No, I was just saying that too. Lands beyond the lands.
Oh, beyond the ice wall, there is land, like the different planettes, little pieces of land. There's ones that are called what the planets are called. Planets, planes, small plane. Yeah. Small.
Yeah.
So it's like this big pool petri dish thing with all these little islands.
Yeah. And that would tie into the firmament, like the ocean is part of the firmament. You know what I mean? Have you heard this?
No.
Like you can go in the ocean and then there's the firmament. You can reach it, but you can't go through it.
I don't believe that because people go to inner Earth all the time.
No, it's in the specific ocean, like the wall. There's a wall that you can't go through. Like you can see the ocean. You're in the ocean, and then there's like this other ocean, and it shows like there's just this weird video of this like sea snake trying to go through it, and it keeps like bouncing off.
Oh, I talked about this in a video with Joel, actually.
Really?
Wow. But what I saw in the video was they found like another body of water underneath.
Yeah.
And what they said was because it was such a change in the salinity of the water that like their sub bounced off of it.
Interesting. Yeah, so I took that as firmament. That's how I translated that, I think.
But what if it is due to different salinity because of the waters from within the earth that come up and meet the high salinity ocean water?
True. Yeah.
Because that's going to create a buoyancy.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, you could be right. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. You could be right.
What do you think, Leo?
What if he's like, well,
he just woke up and he was like,
look how brown you're getting.
Tell us all the mystery, sir. Go ahead.
You're looking more like a little kid now. What?
And he keeps his head up and everything.
Look at his cheeks.
What do you think? What do you think?
Oh my gosh. Stop.
So big.
I know. How are you already
literally standing up? Like his legs are I'm not even really holding him.
He's strong.
Very strong. And he's got his hands out. Very strong. Yeah.
I still can't believe he kind of talks. He's been doing that since I was there.
You see him, Mama? He goes, meh. It's just what he wants to be, really. Meh.
Did he roll again? Has he rolled again?
Yeah, he's consistently rolled. This kid rolls. He started rolling at 3 weeks. What is this?
Girl, you better put him in track next month. He about to be sprinting.
Huge. What'd you say?
I say you better put him in track next month. He'll be sprinting.
I know, right? I try to keep him from not rolling at this point.
That is so wild.
He's real sure about it, huh? Yeah. Real sure. What do you see? You're looking at something really intensely. We've just been chilling, sleeping through most of our conversation here. When people interpret what they don't understand, it's always skewed. Yep, we all know in part.
What was that in reference to?
I don't know. It's pretty far up the chat.
Oh, I am too. I'm trying to like get through it.
Mary, we are like a donut. You're the only other person that I've ever heard talk about the donut theory. Literally. Because I thought that I made that up, or not made it up, but I like it was kind of like downloaded to me, and no one else has ever talked about it. And so I'm like, is this just like something that I'm just like, I don't know.
I've heard someone else talk about it, like toroidal kind of.
Yeah.
And the pole where the four rivers meet, where the tree of life used to be, that's where the entrance to inner earth is. So it is like donutty.
And you know why that hole was created? This is the download I had, was Lucifer falling dimensionally through, creating the hole. Creating the donut, because it wasn't like that before.
So then is that directly linked to the aurora borealis? I've heard that the aurora borealis is actually, because I heard that the tree of life, like when the Titans, when they were like knocking down all the great trees and everything, they took the tree of life to the inner earth. And I heard that the aurora borealis. What?
You started talking about this, he goes,
oh, he's like, I know that tree.
You talking about it.
The lights, the aurora borealis is the reflection from the tree.
Interesting.
On the dome or something.
That's cool.
That's what I've heard.
I've never heard that, but I like it.
I do too. I like it a lot.
I like it too. This is fire. I like this too. This is fun.
Me too.
Obviously we do, because we're already at 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Seriously. But this is the type of stuff I can talk about for so long, because it's like, I just want to know the truth, like our human origins and stuff.
Yeah, this is referring to the ocean thing we were just talking about. I think.
Firmament covered the earth. So the firmament covered the earth and collapsed, meaning like it's not there anymore? Or what is collapse?
Like the rain would have been
the vapor canopy is what came down.
Yeah. So maybe that's what's in the ocean.
Oh, that created the oceans.
Yeah. Because it flooded and there was no water that, like, so supposedly before that, there was no such thing as rain. Like it was a totally different atmosphere.
Wasn't it just like dew in the morning or something?
Yeah. That's really cool. That's a cool thing to think about. Leo is so handsome. He is. He's so strong and such an old soul. You sure are. Face right now is killing me. Starseed baby. Whoop whoop. Yep, another. Such an advanced starseed. Leo is strong like bull, Tim says. Strong like bull.
Strong like bull.
I can picture him saying that, strong like bull.
That's so funny. Noreen said, and she actually posted a video in my Telegram, there's a TikTok app where you like kind of like a filter when you record, and it shows these huge planets. It's like the planet app or something.
Yes, I've seen that one.
It's really cool, but she thinks it's a disclosure. Like that's why she had posted it in my chat. And they're like right there. Like it's these huge planets like right there.
I've used that one. You can go out. It only works when you're outside. Go outside and you just film the sky, and it's like planets, spaceships, like
right there.
Stars right there.
And if you think about it, like other spacey movies or whatever, when they're on other planets, there are other planets like right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like two suns or whatever, like I don't know. It's so wild to think about.
I'm just getting to where people are talking about donuts. Y'all make me want a fresh hot glazed donut.
Oh gosh.
Close that hole and fill it with Bonavara cream.
Bavarian.
Oh,
Not Bonavara. Who is that?
I'm slightly dyslexic, guys. Don't come for me. I love this combo, 100%.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. How bizarre. Dun, 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 dun.
How bizarre.
So 90s.
It's a TikTok trend, though. All this stuff is coming back.
Oh, it is right now?
Well, it has been. I don't know if it still is. People do very sarcastic comments to it, and then be like, "How bizarre." Heard the mountains were trees. Yep, I definitely think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that, and I think it's a mix of that and Titans.
Chelsea said on one of her videos she did yesterday, she showed a map from the 1500s, and we're in the middle.
Yeah, the UN logo shows too. It's a flat Earth map.
So funny.
Speaking of FE, where's Keith? He's FE Keith.
Who?
Or Keith
Keith.
Yeah. Kiwi Keith.
He's in the future.
Oh yeah, and they having summertime right now too.
It's true. Sarah, wow, this combo is blowing my mind. I just want to know the truth, LOL.
Seriously.
Yes, time flew by. I can take small talk. I can't take small talk, but love this stuff. Wow. Yes. So Cheryl, she said, I heard pyramids hidden in the mountains.
Yep.
I literally have driven through Tennessee, to Georgia, and have, before I ever heard anyone talk about pyramids, I remember looking at the mountains and just being like, those are oddly pointy. They have trees on top of them, but just the way, and the way Tennessee hills are, they're the rolling hills. Mm-hmm. So it's I'm like, is that just a whole bunch of pyramids lined up with each other? Because that's what it looks like. And it looks like trees just grew over them. And we have so many of those.
I'm still wondering if it's really the Egypt or whatever.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
And Tennessee is land of ISIS.
Yeah, and is it the Tennessee River? Is the Nile? Mississippi River. Mm-hmm. I kind of would honestly believe it. Mm-hmm. Just because of all that's surrounding Nashville and happening right now. It's becoming such a hub, and people are so drawn to it right now. And I feel like that's. Where is the promised land biblically?
Isn't it Israel?
No. Well, yes, but I feel like there was another. I feel like Egypt.
That reminds me of Prince of Egypt.
I was just watching that tonight.
Really? I've seen that.
Deliver us.
Yes, deliver us.
No, the best song, and that is "Look at Your Life Through Heaven's Eyes."
Yeah.
La 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 la
la la. What a man is worth. Wait, is that the words?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I want people to guys. You must look at your life. Look at your life through heaven's eyes.
Yes.
Favorite one. My sister walked not down the aisle, but she exited on the aisle to that song.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
At the specific part, la 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 la, and I was like, yes.
Yes, queen. Oh man. Oh.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm so behind on this chat.
I know, that's what I'm trying to. I'm
Oh,
like,
okay. Barbara says the Grand Canyon has an Isis temple,
yes,
Sphinx,
it
and
does.
other Egyptian artifacts. That's why you just can't explore it.
It does, and
I
it has
didn't
like
know
Buddhist
that.
temples or something.
I did not know that, but that makes
Uh-huh.
so much sense because I also believe, I'm not even going to say I think, I believe that they were transportation devices, like kind of like spaceships, like interdimensional, like, but also transportation. Like you could essentially like beam me up, Scotty, from one to the other. That's why
Yeah.
they're in so many different spots in different countries and,
Mhm.
you know, spread out. And then there's some that are next to each other. I think that's what they were for.
I do too, and they're like power generator, not,
Yeah.
but they're like conductors or something. I don't know. I'm not using the right word, but
Yeah.
that would make so much sense.
Yeah. Because this is something that even Ian Clayton talks about. He says that they're I don't know if I'm going to do justice by trying to reiterate what he explains, but basically, there was what I forgot what specific pyramid, but there were ones that were covered with a certain crystal, and the reason why that the history was changed and like all the stories and stuff were because that crystal was like sought after because it had this ability to essentially interdimensionally travel and teleport and whatnot. And during King David's time, all of this happened. And those crystals were hidden in Hebron in Israel, supposedly. But that land is where a lot of the fighting happens between I don't even know if I can say that, Palestinians and Israelis. That land is so heavily fought over for generations because of those crystals. People don't know that. People don't know that that's why they're fighting, which is really interesting. But
that is interesting. Weren't they also gold tipped, the pyramids?
mm-hmm. Yeah,
because gold is a conductor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much I realize that I know, or like the information that I think in my head and like have held in my head when you just don't talk about it for a while. Like all of this stuff about all these different things. I'm like, wow, I forgot that I knew that.
Right.
There's so much stored in there. It's kind of crazy.
Big brain, girl.
Brain. Big brain. Power up. Bing, bing, bing. Brain blast. Did you ever watch Jimmy Neutron?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Brain blast.
Autodidactic being talked about again.
Did you have anything else you wanted to cover?
I think I mentioned everything that I had like put in my Telegram chat.
Oh, you're welcome, Noreen. She's never heard me talk about my downloads before. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, I don't share them. I don't. I keep lots of things to myself until the time feels right. That thing about Mars, I discovered, I'll say, in 2007 17.
Can you talk about your C loan download? Oh, it wasn't that. It was a remote thing.
You mean the GREYS?
I was like, what are we spelling? Oh my God. I was
Not
like,
black, not white, the color in
Yes.
the middle.
well, it had to do with a specific person.
Which
A
one?
well-known person. Oh yeah, which one? The singer. She
I literally cannot think of
Katie.
Katie. Was this mine?
Wasn't Katy Perry like a part of one of yours?
Let's not.
Yeah,
Let's not do
maybe.
that one.
Maybe not.
Let's not do that one just yet.
Okay, just kidding. Everybody earmuffs.
You didn't hear that.
Wait, here's a little
I would.
like the Men in Black thing. I just
Men in Black, everyone. You don't remember that.
That's some real stuff too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Throw it on the list of they showed us movies.
Oh, I wonder what this is referring to. That's why the Old Testament priests wore breastplates.
With the jewels in it.
Probably. Yeah, like stones. Because I always heard that actually, no, I didn't always hear this, but I have heard this. That is another thing that Ian talks about, that Lucifer, when he was still in heaven, he was a cherub over the arcing cherub over the throne of God, essentially, which he was like the worshiper type cherub guy. And he was covered in gemstones. And when he fell, those fell off, and that's why he appeared scaly, like a snake, a reptile. And like that's one reason why crystals and whatnot are so hated on by the church.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I think that's what Tim is referring to here, is that they wore breastplates because of the conductive energy when you go into the temple, the Holy of Holies, that thing. Because it was just this pure energy. Like, I've even heard Ian talk about how like when the priest would go in and take the sins of the nation in, they never came back. They either died going in or they stepped into another dimension.
Whoa.
Because there was always a new priest after.
Wow.
And it was either determined by if they found a body or they didn't.
This was when? During what time?
Just in the Jewish culture, like the priest would come and take, like before Jesus, the priest would come and take the sins of the nation or whatever, their area, into the Holy of Holies, into the what do you call it? The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
And which is why like priests would be prepping their entire lives, essentially. They'd be like shamans, like prepping their entire lives to take the weight and the sins of all of the people on with them. And if they were essentially holy enough, like, then they would go into another dimension. And then if they weren't, essentially they would die and they would find the body. But they always had a new priest after that one would take into. I think it was like every 7 years or something.
Wow. That is so interesting.
Yeah. It is
Wow.
Stargates is an interesting conversation, Tim. I love it.
Well, that's what a lot of the fight in that area is about too, because there's a Stargate in Afghanistan or something, and that's also where they.
This is what I'm thinking.
Seriously,
okay, we gotta save a little if we want to keep going.
Tip of the iceberg, people. They lied about a lot of stuff, and we gonna find some more. So
yeah, true.
We did cover like everything.
We did literally.
Um,
We dipped into the whole spectrum of most everything.
I love it. That's also where they found the red-haired giants when the military came up against them, and one guy got like eaten by one in Afghanistan in the caves.
Yeah. Good night, Mary.
Good night, Mary. Thank you for being here.
Let's see. Oh, people talking about Katy Perry now. Uh, yeah, crystals are evil, except on the breastplate. Yeah, priest crystals raise energy to communicate. Oh yeah, this is also true. Ropes with belts tied to the priest of the Holy of Holies. If they died, they could drag them out. Yeah.
Oh,
If they didn't, then they would just be gone.
wow. So how long was this belt?
I don't know. No idea.
Oh, and he just said the same thing.
Yeah, so the same thing.
Wow.
I could talk about this stuff all night. Screw my job. It's true. We probably gotta go. We
Yeah.
probably should end it here. Leave some for later. Leave you wanting more.
Right.
There's always more to discover, man.
Calling Keith. Where's Keith?
What?
Yeah, I'm just going through the chat. People are like, calling Keith. Where's Keith?
I know. He's literally in the future. It's probably nighttime almost where he is the next day, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because they're like 18 hours ahead. It's crazy.
That is crazy. Okay.
All right, everyone. This has been so fun.
It has been really fun.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. It seems like you have. We've kept a steady audience and the chat flowing. And Tim, thank you for joining. This is the first time he's ever popped into the live, or at least in the chat that I know of. Thank you all for being here and contributing to the conversation. This has been really fun. Mm-hmm. I would love if there are any topics you would want us to discuss. I mean, put them in the comments covertly, preferably, because we don't want to get taken off. Mm-hmm. So make sure you use all of the fun wording and decoding. And
or just go on our Telegram channels and do it.
Oh yeah, do it on our Telegram channels. That's better.
We can share links and information there, and then like compile stuff and bring it here.
Yeah, do it on Ava's because she has a chat. I guess I do. I don't have a chat, but I have it where you can comment. But it's the perfect time to end this because it's 11:11.
Oh, okay.
So thanks for all being here. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.